When we take a photo, light enters through the lens, travels past the shutter and reaches the camera sensor. The shutter is like a gate in front of your sensor. It opens and lets light in, and then it closes again. If you choose a fast shutter, it means that the gate opens and closes quickly, much like how your eyelid works. This results in less light entering the camera and reaching the camera sensor because the gate is open for a shorter space of time. On the flip side, when you opt for a slower shutter speed, it means that the shutter stays open for a longer duration, allowing more light to enter the camera and reach the camera sensor. Now, from a creative standpoint, consider shutter speed as a choice between capturing a frozen moment in time or having a bit of blur and movement in your image. Generally, especially in scenarios like portraits, wildlife photography, we prefer a faster shutter speed so that we can freeze the action. So shutter speeds like 1/250 or 1/400 or 1/800 and so on. For example, if we are taking a photo of a portrait of a person, they will be moving just a little bit, swaying side to side. So a shutter speed of 1/250 should do the job in freezing the motion and getting us a nice sharp image. But on the other hand, if we were taking pictures of a basketball game and the players and balls will be moving a lot faster, so we'll have to choose a much higher shutter speed to freeze the motion, something like 1/800 or even faster depending on how much light is available. A top tip is to always do a few test shots and then zoom into these images and check that they are nice and sharp. If they are not, it means that your shutter speed was too slow and it just needs to be adjusted. Remember, to freeze action, you can never have a shutter speed that is too fast. Now, if you have a tripod to steady your camera, you might be into night photography or landscape or architecture. In these situations, you can offer a much slower shutter speed. Speeds like 1 second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds, and so on. This is because the tripod keeps your camera stable, nice and steady, and it prevents any movement of your hand. Also, the subject is not moving. Landscape, architecture, they're stationary. Now, a common issue I see a lot of beginners face in photography is getting blurry images. And surprisingly, it's often not the fault of the camera or the gear, but rather the shutter speed not being fast enough. To ensure sharp images, a helpful tip is to use a shutter speed of 1/250th of a second or faster. This does depend on other factors like choice of lens or the type of subject or how steady your hand is and so on. Use this as a general guide, a general rule.